I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit.
No, not at all. I have only I'm just in shock, that's all. So
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today? Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct—
I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps a—
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh. That. Well, if—
Are there any fun and popular activities that—
Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our—
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you—
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit, why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even— In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times.
Huh. Okay, all that complicated stuff aside, you're—
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized.
Ooh, are you using material—
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of—
Something.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you—
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive soon.
Excuse me! Coming through! Coming through! Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm—
Deep breaths, Kirara. Then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were—
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while. Wait a second. This is the second—
So, what was the holdup?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
Alright. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them—
So it was a—
I got this—
My fabric?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd—
Oh, are you—
I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to—
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary. Is there something else that you're keeping from—
Huh?
Perhaps I need to reconsider.
You always know how to get me. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order it. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time.
And who might this—
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go?
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to, and—
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner—
Uter. No, that name rings—
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want—
So you both know—
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers—
So he's like a big—
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you—
Chiori!
And she's gone.
Oh no.
You seem concerned.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out this—
Yeah, we'll take good—
to be honest—
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Chevraz, we meet again.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting
Well, you were one of the lead.
So,
Indeed it did.
I only ever hear that phrase from you.
Well,
Not before I know what you're planning.
have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper...
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do any.
Are you planning?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where?
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place. You all wait here.
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch...
does Chiori often need your...
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters of the...
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their... As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of info.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch...
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure... And in some very rare cases... So, who got on her case this time?
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the... So he's back at it.
Whoa, what?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get...
Sure.
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare...
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again...
Chiori...
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got...
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence.
Forget it.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing it.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that...
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon!
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not...
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack.
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get
You could have reported him to the guard.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. Oh, that reminds me.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your...
Have I? Well,
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. Use. We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know.
Sorry, Chiori.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take this. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal.
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navi...
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by...
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Well, if you think it's...
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for...
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days.
Paimon's gonna take a guess.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, That's also why this year's Fashion Week...
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori?
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never...
Well... I mean, with the amount...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned...
All of it?
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the...
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snapped.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we Ooh, what is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put,
Oh, so we get to try?
seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments.
Sounds easy enough.
No need. We've already booked the models for that. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if any...
Ooh, sounds great!
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, Kids Club?
Coming up, my husband promised to get me a replica of the most eye-catching outfit. Did you read the paper today?
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early.
Wait, has Kirara...
Yep, with the Special Patrol. Bright and early.
Did everything go...
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara.
Sounds like Navi.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another...
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean?
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning...
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the...
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Well...
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to...
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample out.
Set them up.
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
So, we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design. Anyway, over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been? Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now?
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to.
That's true. Come.
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this.
Oh,
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a
is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short?
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that.
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If
Chiori here? I'd like.
Another?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this.
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front. Please calm down, sir.
Oh.
Haven't you heard? Chioria Boutique has been exposed for having close.
And just who is it that dares to.
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from.
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now.
You.
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them what. And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No, the real goal here is to divert my attention away from fashion.
If you say so, but
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let.
Miss Chiori, bad news!
Oh, for the love of. Can a woman not get.
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer.
No accessories? Not.
Yes, that's what they're.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll.
even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already.
So, no accessories means.
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the
But if you take those away, does that.
Elof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too!
Thank you. In that case.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business.
Who is it?
Venger, it's We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Have you read the paper?
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days.
So, these rumors.
No, not at all.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama.
You would think that. Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even would.
Every house? That means...
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori. The article was even published.
What sort of...
A photo of you.
Yesterday?
Ucher again?
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the truth, relying on its close ties to the...
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo...
Yeah, he was the one...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes...
The absurdity.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe, but with the way this article combines fact with rumor...
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider?
But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve... Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours...
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my...
Fair enough. Then, I suppose all there's left to say is... Best of luck.
Understood.
So,
Without the accessories, I can no longer use...
How could they do this?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. I should have seen it from the beginning. Uter...
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article?
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print some. Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander.
That's great! With your help, we might be...
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several... She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Olaf told me you were...
She was just here.
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their...
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty...
Did you hear what all...
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a... It's also true that her way of dealing with...
Oh, this is all terrible. Wait a second. You don't think...
That would only make the situation worse for...
You've got a point. What? Olaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
This is Miss Letitia. She's all...
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her.
So you've come across...
Yeah, you probably don't know this. My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to... He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes. And then? And then, something happened to the business. And we ran into major mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough...
Like Didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from—
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the—
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on.
Ah, what a shame. He's not
Well, see, he's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as he saw it, he knew for sure that it must have cost far more.
Huh? So what?
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fab—
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the
Huh? Well,
I think it'd go a long way.
Hey, Olaf!
Huh?
Well, we were.
Oh, I remember now. There's this one. In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia.
All right, sounds good. Chiori?
Uh-huh. How did you know where I—
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She was—
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that.
All right, don't mind if we—
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open. And far
Yeah, it's important to take your—
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents, I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time—
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined—
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, it was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven—
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making out. Anyway, a few incidents later—
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those math—
Well, that's a great dream to—
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small— I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry— Oh, yeah. She did mention that dream. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream. All right, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did—
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those—
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I know where Uter's clothing factory is located.
Sounds good. We'll come— As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year—
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Finding criminal—
but your accessories! Didn't you say you're—
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that. To tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, thinking about all that, I just— The sea. Seashell. Come, let's take a—
Chiori! Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
pretty too. Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us. These should be enough, right? Chiori, will these do?
Everything.
Great! So are we gonna head back now?
Yes, but don't forget. Okay, we've got the materials for the accessory.
You mean we have to start from scratch?
I should be.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer.
Ganyu? Who's that?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's all this grit and determination.
What else can we help with?
I suppose all there's left to do is...
You got it! Wait.
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had I had to make something work, so if it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of...
But you worked so hard on...
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste.
Okay.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course. If anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me... Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop? Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people... Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di
maybe you should calm down a bit first, 'cause you see,
Huh?
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and
Oh, so that's what happened.
Navia sure is scary when she's...
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's form.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniform.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formula. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina, you're...
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me.
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some...
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. When are you going to get started? I can...
Actually, there's something else.
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as...
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on...
Not this again.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere?
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and...
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help. Great, you're both here!
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances.
Oh, perfect! She was the one who said that!
In that case, I assume that
Okay, so it's...
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
I'm glad to hear it! Well then, guess it's about time we go. Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it?
Well, according to her, she wants to...
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Yeah,
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision.
All right, we're counting. Okay, then let's also do it. Oh, Paimon sure hopes.
You're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along?
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest.
Wow, that's cutting it real close.
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front.
Okay, Paimon totally.
His factory is usually open to the public. We're just curious customers after all.
Well.
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there.
Why would he open a factory?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low price.
All right.
You make a good point. Let's all be.
Into the wind.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Uter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our design... These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
Seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Look out! There are guards here!
One with nature.
I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Fallen leaves adorn my...
Time to go.
This place is filthy.
Look over there.
Ooh, that water looks super nasty.
And I was the one using.
So he was actually the one.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the...
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading.
That's terrifying. This way he won't be able to try and deny anything and... Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
This place seems like some kind of warehouse. What? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
Seems like he knew we'd be
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because...
Wait, you're practically at each other's...
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd, but with every criticism we received, finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make. For my part, I gambled it all and devoted.
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine.
I don't know the exact details of what happened.
He's just jealous of what you've...
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe... that didn't do anything either.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Evil conquering! Worthless!
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Anyways, let's take this evidence. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
More mechanical guards? Really?
Oh, but this...
What? Destroying Chiori Boutique? Or
proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voice...
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain...
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall...
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? You weren't like this before, Uter.
He realized long ago how utterly...
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't... You think you understand. But you're just this whole thing, Uter.
Pathetic. Why don't you take a look in the mirror?
You're right. Maybe all those who... But more pitiful still are cowards who are...
You!
Yeah, just leave this guy to...
No. You go instead.
But he has a gun!
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to... I'll deal with him. Some lessons...
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying...
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this, if I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my... Allow me to show you. The Chiori brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
an enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
Let the show begin! The world may change, fashion along with it, but Chiori will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chiori caters to no one, not even the times. Rather, Chiori will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers. A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I...
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat without a fancy signboard of your—
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin Cat and the Bogglecat box.
Oh, and we pair would need an alias, of course. How about...
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be...
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have...
What about something other than a car?
Thank you, Chiori.
Well, I don't really need anything. I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my... Actually, that reminds me. Huh? About that. The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine. What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too,
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show. Appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization. Using weaponry in public. Hosting a dangerous...
Shivers, we can...
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report...
Enjoyed that, didn't you? You nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in a...
And if I had...
Would no, but it would have at least spared...
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop.
All right, I won't argue with you.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of... Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Vanger on the way here.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used...
You know it.
Thanks again, Shelford.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing...
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on this.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late.
A place with a view?
Perfect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiori Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, you've been a great help. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back.
Well, we may have helped a little.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that a single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point.
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly... I'm confident in the quality of my work. Creates...
Well, guess there's nothing to worry. Should we...
Oh, yes, of course. You know, of all the nights I've spent in...